Good morning, hello, good evening. Whoops, hello, that fell down. Don't do that again. Hello to everybody who has jumped in live, and hello to those of you watching in the replay. Hi to everyone who's in the chat. First thing I want to say is I'm feeling heaps better. So thank you, all of you, for understanding last week when I cancelled the live stream at the last minute. I'd had a bout of food poisoning earlier in the week and was not feeling the greatest and didn't think I could give you my greatest. So I thought best to have another rest day. Luckily I did, because then the next day I went a bit downhill again. So yeah, so huge thank you to all of you for understanding. And I want to say a doubly, triply, it's not a thing, thank you to all of you who went in and watched some of my less recent YouTube videos and live streams and what have you. I really appreciate it when you guys go and do that for me. It makes a big difference. It you know, it reminds me that I need to get more of the other videos up, so I should really do that. So thank you to all of you. I've noticed some names in the chat we haven't seen for a while. Hey, Lindsay Chateau. Hello, Claire Bartowski. Hello to all of you who come in every week nice and early. You got Kelly and Vampy and Kerry and Sally and Jackie are our mods today, so be nice to them. So yeah, now this video entitled "Should I Spin or Should I Queen Cal?" I thought I'd give you guys the option to choose. And by spin I meant spindling. Sorry, I haven't got a wheel set up. But I've got some spindles to the side. I also have my queen to the side because I can't choose. I would ideally love to have multiple sets of hands that could all function independently, that I could knit, crochet, sew, spin, dye, do all the things all at the same time. But I can't, and I have to choose one, and I can't choose. So I'm going to let you guys choose. So while you guys are choosing, I'm going to sit here and chat to the chat. Apparently Jackie takes bribes. I'm not quite sure for what. Hey Di Wench. It is a weird weather day here at Fiberific HQ. It is overcast, but it is 25 degrees and something like 80% humidity. I've got the aircon on. 25 degrees normally would not equal aircon, okay? But oh, Spanichick's here. Hey Spanichick. Yeah, 25 degrees would not usually equal aircon, but it is so muggy. Like, and that's one of the problems I'm having with my queen. Is the queen I'm doing in worsted weight acrylic. It is heavy, it is big, and it's just so hot. It is so hot. And I just, yeah, it's not my favorite weather. And my husband and I realized, you know what? It's like day 2 or day 3. It's definitely week 1 of actual legit summer. We're not looking forward to it at all, really. Hey, Kerry's down the rabbit hole. Welcome to the chat. It sounds like here on the Central Coast. Yep. Well, see, I'm in air conditioning, so, and I have a table, so it's a bit different. That's why I'm thinking, should I queen? You know, so Kim is getting ready to buy more sewing sets. Okay, so some of you may or may not know that my family decided to buy for me a Cricut maker for Christmas. And the deal with that was I had to go and find one and purchase it. And I don't know about where you are, but here it is like they're as rare as hen's teeth. Trying to get them in stock somewhere is really hard. Anyway, my local Costco ended up getting some in stock and I ordered one online. And it has been doing the journeying rounds. But guess what? It arrived just before the live stream. This box is just over there and it is taunting me. And I want to open it and I want to look at it. But I can't. Kim wants to know, are my hands too hot for spinning? Actually, that's a valid point. I mean, they're a bit warm, but they should be okay. I mean, either way, there's problems, isn't it? Is my hands felt the fiber before it spins, or do I just get weighed down in the blanket? We want to see, says Kathy. Oh, it's over there, Kathy. I haven't even unsealed the box yet. Live unboxing. like, okay, this is a question, all right, you guys. I know you're here for the yarn, right? You are here for the yarn crafts and the knitting and the crocheting and the spinning and the dyeing. Do you care? Like, not badly, like I don't care. Do you actually want to see when I'm doing other crafts? I put a post out on my Instagram feed about whether or not you guys wanted to watch me try and learn how to use a an overlocker, which I've never used before. So most people were like, we do want to see it. So I don't know, like, are you interested in other crafts? Like, I don't want to make it a regular thing. This is a yarn crafting channel after all, but like, is it you know, a something you want to see, like if I'm working on something else? Because I happen to have the craft caddy that I sewed just here off camera, if you want to see that as well. But that's a sewing thing, and I don't want to upset anybody. Oh, Steph, oh no, I'm so sorry, your internet's cutting out too much. Oh gosh, yeah, the Explorer had a mint, that's right. Freaky says, I'm interested in all the crafts. Fair enough, show them the caddy, show them. Lindsay says, I don't care what you show us, it's all crafting and that makes it good. Everyone needs to see the craft caddy. Okay, well, the craft caddy, okay, for those of you that don't know, Kim, can you throw up a link? I went and did a retreat a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks is probably the more correct term. A few weeks ago, and I've never done a sewing class proper before. I've learnt things off the internet. I have had like aunties teach me and friends help me, but I've never done an actual like proper sewing class before. And I also had never done applique before, so there are a lot of news for this thing. And I learnt so many amazing tips and tricks and just how to use things that are on my sewing machine. Sally says your live does say live craft and chat, not yarn and chat. I mean, that's true. That's true. Kerry says, I'll watch you do anything while I finish my breakfast. Thank you, Kerry. So I went and did this retreat. Now I came home and I hadn't finished my bag, and I wasn't the only one, so I didn't feel too bad. But it got put on the back burner. You come home and life starts again, and there's cleaning and there's cooking and then there's work and there's crafting, you know, like all the things. And then I realized I'm off to another sewing retreat where the designer for the bag is going to be, who was teaching at the other one. And I was just like, oh, I really should finish it. Anyway, so I finished it last night. I leave on Saturday for the retreat. So don't cut it fine or anything, Chantel. So this is my bag. Are you ready? It's huge, okay? It's an enormous, I've got it like roll back. It's an enormous bag. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in our top-down camera and see how that works. Let's see. I didn't think to try this. So double camera. All right. So now I thought I had closed the craft room door, kept all the animals out, no problems. Turns out I locked the cat in there. So he slept in this last night. It's full of little black cat hair. I'm really annoyed. Anyway, this is the inside. It's huge. Let me put something in as a, oh, here's a coffee cup. Coffee cup full of water. There you go. That's a full-size coffee cup in there. All right. So on the inside, I made bias binding. I made, or it's technically binding. It's not bias binding. I made bias binding and attached it. So I've got 4 of these sort of mesh pockets. There's 4 of them, right? Then over on this side, we have a zipper pocket with a really cute Baby Yoda zipper pull. How cute is that? Okay. On this side, on the outside, is my applique that I did. I've just got a keyboard here. I'm just going to push it out of the way. I keep thinking I'm going to touch it. So that's the applique that I did. And there's all glitter and sequins and things in here. And got a bit of Cricut work there, but this is all applique on here. And then that's also a pocket. That's a pocket. Oh, I also made my very first piping. Very excited. I'm very excited about piping, okay, guys? Like, over the top excited. So I made piping, and there's these pockets have got like a vinyl pocket on the outside, then a fabric pocket on the inside, so lots of pockets, right? And then this is another, like that clips open and close, but that's another big pocket in there. Like put all the things in there. And then on this end, more of the vinyl and things. Anyway, it's massive. It's a massive bag. Oh, and I made a tassel. That's the other thing I made. I made a tassel. Boop. And he can be taken off and I can toss him onto anything I want. I got the hardware from Moo Creations, and this is, so I'm going to bring it back into the uppy shots. So big long handles. I could totally fit my queen blanket in there. Like, I'm not kidding. It's so big it could take a queen. So anyway, that's the bag I made. So I'm very excited about that. Where's the tag? Oh, the tag is still, sorry. I know what you're talking. Are you talking about the little Moo Designs tag? Because that's on the bench in the craft room. I forgot to put it on. But yes, so many pockets. I love it. You need to stitch a white line so it's Baymax. No. That's a, thank you, Holly. I love the Star Wars fabric. Thank you. Me too. A bit tragic. So many pockets, I'm really happy with the bag. Like, I mean, it's not perfect, okay, guys? There are some spots on it that I'm a bit like, you need to put your hand in them when you say it's got pockets. It's a rule. I know, I was putting my hand in there when I was saying pockets. Hang on a second, it's cold in here and my nose just started doing a thing. Sorry. Can't have enough pockets sometimes. That's right. Although sometimes I'll put things in the pockets and I forget that I've put it in the pockets. So, you know, bad. Oh, you're loving my fancy nails. Thank you. I've got some Christmassy nails happening. I'm enjoying the nails thing. I didn't think I would enjoy it so much, but I definitely am. It's a bit tragic, but I'm loving it. So yeah, welcome to everybody who's jumping into the chat now. I just showed the bag I finally finished. My Cricut maker has landed and I'm still tossing up whether or not I should open it. The box is enormous, you guys. The problem I'm looking at is I don't know if there's enough room on the table for the box to open it up, okay? So, because it's huge. Because this is the Costco Cricut. It has got additional things in there with it. The machine is enormous. Yeah, it is quite large. Lindsay says, I have a sewing pattern and supplies for the Sierra tote and I'm afraid to cut the pieces out wrong. I understand, Lindsay. I've got a pair of culottes I want to make. And I bought one lot of fabric and they were quite expensive. It ended up being $75 for what I needed because I'm big and they're culottes. So culottes use a lot of fabric. And so I sort of was putting it aside till I'm brave enough. And then I've cut out the pattern for the culottes. So that's ready to go. And then I've got, I went shopping I just have a look in a fabric store with a friend, with Deb and Kim, that I don't know if Deb's in the chat today, and ended up buying some more fabric that was a lot less expensive for me to make another pair of culottes with, to try and just feel comfortable. And I still haven't cut it out. It's still just sitting there like waiting for me to not trash it. Honestly, I'm just a bit like, yeah. So, but Kathy, I didn't get a new sewing machine. I've had my current sewing machine now for a little while. I just haven't utilized it enough, but I have been pulling it out a lot more. I've been looking at possibly getting an overlocker. I'm not 100% sold on an overlocker. I'm nervous. I mean, seriously, how long did it take me to start using my sewing machine? Is my overlocker going to do the same thing? Who needs to... Congrats for your delivery. That's awesome. It arrived in time for my weekend. Thank you, Leanne. I was so worried because it originally it was supposed to arrive yesterday, and then it ended up being sorted to the wrong side of town, so it ended up being in the wrong place, and so they had to get it resorted. And when I checked the tracking this morning, it still hadn't come to my local sorting place, but it arrived here. So yeah, so I've got so many, my brain's just like going rah, 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 do that things. I've also got Mr. Lace Club yarn that's soaking in buckets now. I finished dyeing that yesterday, and I let it rest overnight, and I've had a good look at it, and I think I'm pretty happy with it. I want to double check all the individual skeins. I've only got half of it soaking, and then that'll be spun out and dried, hopefully. I mean, it's very windy today. It could be ready to ship tomorrow, but I'm not certain. Otherwise, it'll ship Monday. It's no biggie. Chintami bought a skein winder thing. I am famous because of this show. She recognized my name. Hi, Stacey. Oh, wow. Okay. Chintami, you have a very unusual name, honestly. I've never seen it before. I mean, how many times did I trash it, trying to say it until you told me? No, it's not very common. At least not in Australia. I don't think it's very common. All right, so I'm going to go and get the box. Oh, Stacey just cut out the hinterland dress. I need to find time to sew. I'm surprised at how many of us move into more crafts, because I know that when Claire tried to show some knitting she had worked on, she wasn't even trying to show a pattern or anything like that. It was just like a bit of like, I'm working on this. She got a lot of like, this is a crochet channel, shows crochet only. And so I was a bit nervous because, I mean, you guys are a different bunch of people, but I wasn't sure if it would be taken well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see people I know get sort of hounded for not doing things within their niche, not just crafting, but all sorts of stuff. And yeah, it's one of those things. I was a little worried, but what I might do is I'm going to see if it'll fit on the table. Kim's a lovely bunch of people. Yes, she is. Yeah, I agree. Freaky says, I see it this way. It's your channel. You do you. Don't mind the trolls and the naysayers. Thank you, Freaky. I appreciate that. It's my channel. I choose what you... I mean, and you know what? Technically, that is true, okay? But, like, I'm trying to, you know, grow our community and grow our channel. And if I make it confusing about what we do here, then people might get confused and not want to come back. And I don't like it when people don't enjoy their time. Lindsay's saying, I don't get that. Oh, what makes someone else happy is offensive to another person. I know. Kim says, you choose unless I say no. Fair enough. Jen says, I crochet, I quilt, cross stitch, and hand embroider. We all do our thing. Yeah, and I think that's a thing, especially for us. Like, I mean, because I already cover quite a few things: knitting, crochet, spinning, and dyeing. And so you guys are kind of used to me like randomly throwing in any one of those things, so you don't know what you're going to get anyway. Let's just toss in. I promise I will not make it like the maker show or anything like that, but I definitely would like to show my new toy, if that's okay, because I'm so excited and I really want to open the box. All right, I'm going to move that over there. Also, I'm not sure if you can tell, I've started getting out some of my Christmassy things, so we're slowly going to Christmassy it up here at Fiberific. I love Christmas. I like Christmas music. I like some Christmas music. I was watching one of those Christmas movies because I love Christmas movies, and I swear if they sang Silent Night one more time, I was going to scream, and then the finale song was Silent Night. I just turned it off. I'm like, no. Too much. Shintami says, the more craft, the more interesting it is. Awesome. Claire says, I've tried just about any handcraft over the years, but I love seeing new ones too. Kerry says, I don't spin, but I love knowing about it because how yarn is plied affects how it works up. That's 100% right, Kelly. That's 100% right. Okay, let's get this box. I just want to double check where my address is. It's a very big box. Okay. All right. Let me see. I need my box cutter. Okay. We are standing with the Cricut box. So nervous. I hope it's not trash. The box looks to be in good condition. I mean, it did travel on its end. I don't know if it's supposed to travel on its end or not. I'm that person that has like the end of the box cutter like just one little sort of millimeter out. I'm like showing under the camera like, ooh, look at this, but you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Should I be doing top-down camera? I think we might try top-down camera. It might be too close. We'll see, okay? Alright. So there's a sticker on the side here. It's a Cricut Maker bundle. It says... Alright, what I'll do is I'll pull this one out. Oh, okay. Get down, little box. Okay, that's heavy. Alright, so it comes in one big box, so maybe Cricut does something with Costco to do the thing. Alright. If you're going down the dressmaking rabbit hole, you'll find an overlocker an essential piece of equipment. Yeah, I'm seeing that more and more, Bob. Especially like with one of the things is like, see how I've got this t-shirt, right? This is a new t-shirt I got. It actually supports one of the YouTube educators that I watch, Dee Nimmin. And super soft. Love this t-shirt. Anyway, the problem I have with a lot of these t-shirts is they're all this bulky here, and they're like, you can't see it, but this thing's like easily, hang on, it falls to only about 2 inches above my knees, right? So I would love to be able to go in and trim things down and make them work, but everything I see says do it with a, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Overlocker. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Because I'm kind of like covering the microphone up the box. What I might do is, hang on, I'm going to move the box down onto a chair and then just bring out what's in the box. What's in this box? What's in this box? This massive box of massive. Oh, are you on that chair? I don't want you to fall off. There we go. Okay. We have a let's get started thing. An extra box within the box. So what's in here? Materials for my first project. And there's a little cutter head and an open me first. Warranty bits. A book. It's all very flash and glossy. Power cord, a pen. I'd say that's a lid for that. Okay. I mean, materials for your first project. It's very thin. What do they give me? Oh, I get some fabric. Some spotty fabric. Some blue card and some white card. Okay. I mean, the fabric's cute. Righto. And also, I think this black card that it's wrapped in is nice. Okay. So that's that. Like, dude, that's not going to be my first project. Oh, now you see the flashy nails? Yes. I have a new nail lady. She's local to me. She's unbelievably fast. So, yep. So let's get started. There's so much stuff in this box. What is this? Premium removable vinyl variety pack. Oh, hang on. Can I undo the sticker? Or will it just slide out? It looks like it just slides out. I'll slide it out. I'm not going to do any damage to this, am I, Kim? Christmassy red. Some black. Seems like black's a popular colour. White, white. Oh, that's a pretty colour. So this is removable vinyl. Looks like we get 2 of each. I was looking at the bottom right corner and thinking, how on earth did you put your logo in the package and then realise it was a logo on the screen? Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's always... Oh, this is a nice ivory. Oh, hello. Bring on the blue. And there's the second red. That's why I got confused, because there was only one red before. Okay. Look, I'm just going to pop this over on the back table to keep it flat, because I don't want to have to mess around. We have a roll of Cricut transfer tape. You can just pop it there. There's all sorts of goodies tucked around this. Strong Bond everyday iron-on. Looks like to be in a few colours here, like silver, black and gold, or bronze. It's a classic sampler. What's this do? It's 3 sheets. I don't know. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I love how she asks after she's done it and she's not actually reading. Oh, hang on a second. What? It's to make a card. Don't bother. Okay. She's local to me. I need my nails done, but the only person doesn't wear a mask and doesn't require her... Oh, no. Out. I'd be out. I like how she asks after she's done it. I don't know. Lindsay says every time she says Cricut, I flash back to Kim telling her there's a Cricut on the logo. I know. I know. I know. Okay, what else have we got in here? We have another tip, a fine debossing tip with quick swap housing. I don't know what any of this is. We have a true control tip. I mean, it's for cutting things. Got a little packet of tools. I mean, I'm assuming we need the tools. Some pens. Looks like lots of black ones in different depths than the sparkly one. But it looks pretty empty, the sparkly one. I don't know. Oh, there's something else here. There's more stuff. There's more stuff. Hang on. I'll move these. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. Alright, then we are on to the actual maker. There's a power supply. And then there's a pink and a blue mat. I know, I understand why Kim was telling me I needed to buy green mats, because it doesn't come with a green mat. So I've got a fabric grip and a light grip, so that would be for the card. Sorry, you can't see it, fabric and light. But they're all bent. That's annoying. Alright, because they slid down under the maker in the box. Hang on a sec, let's just make sure I can put this all back. Alright. Okay. I mean, it just looks like a giant printer, really. Oh, it's got sticky stuff. Okay, and there's a little spot for the tools to go in. I'm not going to unseal this. I'm going to wait till Abby comes home. She would like to help with that. She likes unsticking things. Wow. Okay. gosh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, let's put this away. Let's put all these things back in the box so I don't lose any of them, because have any of you met me? I'll leave those over there. Okay. Wow. I'm feeling very overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed by what's in that box. All things. But if you don't open it, I can't tell you about the secret snack compartment. It's back in the box, Jackie. I'm very good at putting things back in the box. Freaky says, Kim, you'll have to make a trip to her home and show her, but not Abby. Yeah, Chintami, look, I am concerned about the space issue myself, actually. Yeah, like, really? Another massive tool? Sure, I can find somewhere for it. So, I brought out the spindling. I suppose I should do some spindling, right? Which end am I working on at the moment? This end. I can tell because it's all fluffy and it's being pulled. The aircon and this base may not be friends. Might pop that to the side. I've never tried this, you know, this new setup with spindling, so I don't know how it's going to go. Pretty fluff. What is it? This particular one is a 50-50 blend of cashmere and silk. It was one of the ones that I was selling. I think it's sold out now. I was only selling it undyed though. I don't sell dyed fiber. I think I'm going to need something under this bowl. It's going to drive me insane. No, it's not Suri fiber. I'm allergic to alpaca. Kim says, keep in mind that the mat needs to feed from the front and go through the machine and come out the back, so you need a clearance of at least 30 centimeters both sides. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So, needs even more space. Might see if it can, how it goes sitting on there, if it's as noisy. No, this one's cashmere and silk. The whites, I might have to put something a bit dark under it. This fiber's a bit pale under the white. Hang on, let me look. I'm sure I got something. Well, maybe not. I could use the back side of my mouse pad. There we go. Hang on a second. That's what I usually use. I've got a massive mouse pad, so I just have to get all the stuff off it. I'm gonna flip it. It's probably a bit dirty. Whoops. Still need it for the mouse though. Okay. Oh, how's that? Fills in the screen nicely. Look at that. Alright, let's just not look at the dirty bits, okay? No one judging me for the dirty bits on the bottom side of my mouse pad. Alright, so that was exciting. Thank you guys for humouring me and letting me open my box of Cricut Maker Bits, because that was going to do my head in the entire stream. I was going to be like totally, because it arrived like literally had run inside to grab a cup of water to drink during live stream, and just as I was opening the door of the shack, the courier arrived. I do try and put my toys away nicely. I try to look after what I have in the mess that is my life and my house, but yeah. Sally, good call. Redbubble for all your Fiberific merch. What have I got? Oh, I took my bag inside because I used it at my shopping trip yesterday, so it's not hanging up. But for my current Redbubble merch, I have this small zipper case. I have this large zipper case. And I also have this coffee cup full of water. Chantel Shack for making all her own merch. Hey, look, I mean, there's some merch things that I will probably be tempted to try on the maker, but I'll have to see how it goes. Because, you know, there's some things that I would prefer someone else to do, to be quite frank. Do I need that there anymore? Is that all right? What do you think? Do I need to leave that under there now? It was there to sort of stop the noise. Have fun at work, Kerry. Yeah, my little zipper case is under my my spindle boulders. It was sliding around on the table a little bit, making a bit of noise. So I use the medium one, the one I've been having for a while. 19 micron merino Angora silk. Oh, that sounds amazing. Eggshell Bunny does the most delicious fiber blends and the most beautiful colorways. Honestly, you have to go and check it out. Oh, hang on, I made a snag. My spinning voyage has not been too successful. I'm having trouble getting started. It's not wanting to stick to the spindle. I definitely understand, Lindsay. What I recommend when you're very first starting to fill a spindle, and I still do this, right? I will create a ridiculously long leader, okay? Like way too long. And then I'll make sure I wrap it around and around it and cross it over a bit so that it stays on the spindle. And sometimes it still moves and I have to rewrap it when I've got a bit more stuff. I've got to just hang on a second. I just move this over. I'll scooch in. Scooch in. I just got real comfy. Elbows on the table. Hopefully you guys can see better now. And let me know if having that little case under the bowl is better or worse. Lots of suggestions coming in for Lindsay. These are all worth trying, Lindsay. Different things work. And it's always worth trying something that's just a bit different. Hey, Ruth Young, welcome to the chat. So for those of you just jumping in now, we have just unboxed my Cricut maker because, oh my God, I couldn't wait. It just arrived this morning. I want to say a massive thank you to my husband and daughter for giving it to me for Christmas. So that's exciting. I have special, it is a Christmas present, you guys, but I've been given a special dispensation. So these are the rules for pre-Christmas cry cutting. I'm allowed to, learn how to use it. So I'm taking away this weekend with some very avid Cricut users and maybe hopefully getting a couple of tips on how not to trash. It's probably a good one. And also I'm allowed to make Christmas presents. So yeah, and make things for my youngest niece, Freya. Abby wants to make something with her name on it. So they are the things I'm allowed to do with Cricut before Christmas. So I'm allowed to learn how to use it, so practice. There's no restrictions on what I'm allowed to practice on, but I'm allowed to practice and learn how to do some things, and then also how to make Christmas decorations. So yeah, Jackie's Mystery Lace Club from last month had to get diverted because Jackie had to travel. And it still hasn't caught up with her yet. It's still traveling Australia. Oh my gosh. Lindsay, has your Mystery Lace Club from last month arrived yet? I don't know how long it usually takes in the US. So, we'll get out the next one. Look, the reality is it's probably going to go out Monday. It's taking the scenic route. It is taking the scenic route. Oh, you got it a week or so ago. What do you think? Is that one all right? A bit different? I thought the things that you were allowed to make for learning had to be Christmas gifts. No, because not everything is Christmasable. Although I think it would be less eyebrows raised if it was Christmassy. Does that make sense? But yes, I'm allowed to learn things, because some things that we want to learn are not Christmassy. So, you know. Oh, come on. I don't want too much. Chantel and her hot hands will trash it. I get a very small amount of fibre out when I'm spindle spinning, because I'm not sure if you can see. Can you see how pink my palms are? I either have freezing cold hands or exceptionally warm hands. There's no in between. And it just seems, I suppose when I'm spinning as well, you're using your hands a lot. And so it's pumping blood and all that sort of stuff. So they warm up. So what I do is I just get little tiny bits that are less likely to felt. That is a loophole, Holly. That is what I would call a loophole. You are right. Yes. They weren't clear enough on that one. Very scenic, Sally. It went from Brisbane to Hobart, then to Sydney, and then it was heading back to Tasmania, but got intercepted in Melbourne and is apparently back on its way to Sydney again. And Sydney's, it's not its final destination. It's got to travel before it gets to her again. Oh, nice big long bit of silk there. So what's everybody doing? Are we starting to plan Christmas things? We've decided to have all of our family here for Christmas, and we're very lucky. Most of our family are within the state, so there's no, messing around with borders or anything to try and get them here. And being in Queensland, the state that locked everybody out for so long, we've got very few restrictions on numbers. So yeah, Kim's making a playlist for the weekend. Has it got some John Farnham in it, Kim? Because we have a mutual friend who's a Johnny Farnham fan. Yeah, South Australia's just had to go into lockdown, unfortunately. An international traveller in the COVID hotel. Yeah. Maddie says, I want to try making stockings to send to family, but I'm a little overwhelmed by the colour work. I mean, the thing to remember with colour work, and now before I go in and say this, colour work is not my natural playground either, okay? It's something I've still been learning, and I'm not 100% great with it. But one thing is they don't have to wear it, okay? So if it gets a bit snuggy, it doesn't matter. They're not trying to wear it. It's a Christmas stocking. But the other thing to remember is you're normally only working with 2 colours at a time. Depending on the colour work that you're doing, the colour work, each row is a different colour combination, but you normally only have 2 colours at a time. Or at least I recommend going with those kinds of colour work patterns. It makes it easier. And I tend to have one colour that I'm knitting continental and one colour that I'm knitting using the flicking or the English method. The other thing that you can have a look in if you're worried about tensioning multiple colours is if someone can go onto my website and grab the affiliate link, but go and check out Knit Picks, preferably via my affiliate link, Pretty Pleased with Crispies. They have a loop that you can put on your finger and you can put a couple of colours through it. So yeah, it's just plastic, I think. It's not very expensive at all. And it's really helpful for not getting things tangled up. No one's going to be wearing it. Yeah, I mean, and like as I said, it's just my opinion, and I'm not a very good color work knitter. Still learning to become more confident with it. But definitely, I reckon actually Christmas stockings are a great way to learn color work, I reckon. Now that you've said it, I'm thinking, maybe that's one way I could practice, not for this Christmas, but future Christmases. Sally's popped in, and Spanachik. Okay, so they've popped in the affiliate page on my website. If you go and click on that, there's a link to, like, there'll be an image for knit picks. If you click that, it'll send you through to knit picks and any of the purchases that you make from any of the websites that are listed on my affiliates page there. Fiberific will get a small commission at no additional cost to yourself or to the seller of like the small business sellers. Claire says knitting socks and preparing sewing patterns to make a couple of dresses for my toddler granddaughters. Oh my gosh, are they going to be Christmassy dresses or just everyday dresses or special dresses? So many choices. I used to make dresses for Abby, and I had no qualms making cute little A-line dresses for Abs, and she used to love them because they were like comfortable to run around and play in, and they weren't too hot. And but then as she got older, you guys know the deal. As they get older, I mean, Abby's not too precious, really, in the scheme of things. Says Chantel with fake nails on. I always feel so, there's a word. I don't know the word. Like, I don't know. Pampered is probably a good place to start now that I've been getting the nails done regularly. Hey, something like, sorry, talking about the nails. My natural nails are this long now. So we're just coating my natural nails. So that's pretty exciting too. Well, mostly. There's one that's got a little break there. That one's just a little bit shorter. But yes, they're mostly all this long now. So that's pretty cool. Bob is still working on the Osmanthus shawl. Is that like still working on the Osmanthus, or you're still happy with the Osmanthus? Because that was a big project. Like, sometimes I'll look at some of the projects I send out and I'm like, oh, but I've just sent out one skein of lace weight, and does it really feel like a good deal? Oh, I try to make them all special and good. But the thing to remember is one skein of 800 meters is actually quite a lot of yarn to use. Like, you got to knit all those stitches. Good morning, Gamer Widows. Gamer Widows is nearly closing down on her Advent stitch markers if you want to get in. I believe that it's within Australia only for shipping. I could be wrong there. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, I think there's only 1 or 2 left. Now, Kathy is going to deal with the kitty catter. Oops, I'm sliding. So, what are you all planning for the weekend? Like, let me know in the chat. For us here, it's Thursday. So, the weekend will be here before you know it. I'm off to another sewing camp. How excitement. Which is why I wanted to make sure I got my caddy finished. Because I want to fill it and use it to carry some of my stuff to sewing retreat. Yeah. Jen's got to work. Oh, Kim's saying it's not a sewing camp. What is it, Kim? A crafting retreat? I don't know. What is it? I'm taking sewing, so for me it's sewing. Gamer Widow says, yes, it's only Australia because she couldn't be certain that it would arrive in time for Christmas overseas. It's a shopping trip. Well, it's a shopping trip for you. I'm not going to be there for the shopping trip part. Okay, I understand. It's a craft weekend that's catered. I don't have to cook. Leanne says, got nothing planned for this weekend, which is kind of nice. Still happy, but cutting it close with the yarn. I need more beads as the lounge has eaten some and the floor has a few hidden in the corners. Bob, I may have a few more of those beads. Send me a DM if you want some. I'm joking. I have about a half a kilo more of those beads, and I would happily send you some in your next Mystery Lace Club. Was there not enough in the, I thought I put enough in the pack, but I could be wrong. How do I find these craft weekends? Well, this particular one Kim told me about. I didn't really know about it because it's more aimed at sewers and stuff, so I'd sort of always sort of just bypassed it. But if you have a look, a lot of the local spinning groups have annual retreats and things like that. The pink beads, that's right, Sally, it's those pink beads. Yeah. Oh, I just snapped it. Is that, Jackie, is that my Etsy link there that was from on my website, or is that something else? Oh, Bob's making the large shawl. Okay, Bob. All right. I'm not sure if that's if I had enough. Let me know if you get stuck. I do have some more of the yarn actually. Funnily enough, there that you mention it. I have here the beautiful 100% pink silk, 800 meters of pure silk, and these are the beads. I had a spare Mystery Lace Club, so I actually have a whole pack spare. And this is the osmanthus shawl that there's being made right now. So let me know if you get stuck. I can help. So I don't think I really planned on the large. Hang on a second. Oh, the largest size about 800 meters. Okay, all right, cool. About 854 beads. I put in 1200 beads. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I have heaps. So yeah, these are the colors, the pink and the peony beads that go with the pink silk. What is this pink loveliness? This is a Mystery Lace Club from a little while ago, August 2019, that Bob Curran's currently working on, and she's dropped some of her beads, and I was just saying I've got spare beads, and if she gets stuck I've even got spare yarn. So I actually think I have to double check. I think I have 2 whole kits of this left. So yeah, I'd have to have a look. It is very pretty. Yeah. I didn't name it after you know. No. Although I did specifically make sure it was in a colour Kim liked and in silk. Because Kim is in the Mystery Lace Club and is allergic to wool, you guys. And nearly every month it's wool, and so, or a wool blend. So I wanted to make sure that there was a particular month that was very suited to what Kim could deal with. But it is a beautiful project. It's not, I would not consider it beginner. It's a little more advanced, but if you follow the pattern and you use stitch markers and you use lifelines, you'll be fine. What would you say, Bub? Kelly says, could I buy that kit? It takes me forever to knit this, so I can't sign up to Mystery Lace. Kelly, send me a DM. These are out of their, because Mystery Lace Club is exclusive for a few months. These are out of their exclusivity, so I can sell you the yarn and the beads, but I can't sell you the pattern. So you'd need to go directly to the designer to buy the pattern. I only get the rights for a certain number of patterns. But I can give you the details and you can have a look. But I do have 2 of them. And I actually have a whole half kilo of the beads separately to that. And I have another skein of the yarn in the house somewhere as well. You could say it's the floor model. It was on the floor, but it was wrapped in tissue paper. I actually have a few Mystery Lace Club colours that are coming out of their exclusivity periods. Do you guys want to see? I don't have all their patterns handy, so we'd have to throw up links to say what they're for, but I do have a few. One of them I really need to get rid of. It's an alpaca base, but I don't want to been all like, I don't want to take photos because then I have to touch it. All right, here we go. We'll leave the black backing on. Silly questions sometimes. I'm sorry, Freaky. You are right. That was a very silly question. Okay, let's have a squiz here. Just move the basket of fluffies. See this pile over here, I'm not sure if you can see it. Most of that's Mystery Lace Club yarns that are not yet listed on my website. Okay, so we've got some that are still under their exclusivity, so I'll show you those as well, just because it's not until I look at them that I can work it out. Okay, let's have a look here. So these ones are September, so September, October, November. At the end of the month, these ones will be available. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some beautiful green tones through this as well. It's all green and blue. And this is Superwash Merino and Tencel 50/50 in Color Barrier Reef. So there's a couple of those left. And so they've still got to, you know, wait. They're not ready yet. There's 2 of these guys. These are well and truly ready. These are, can you see it? You can't see. These are sparkly. These have got silver stellina through it. I'll see if I can. Don't know. It's very, hang on. I'll see if I can. There we go. Can you see the silver sparkle? Anyway, there's a silver sparkle all through this. It is the blue cotton candy, 75% superwash, 20% nylon, 5% silver. There's 400 meters, 100 grams in each one. There's 2 of those. Then we have, this is one that I love, and I'm really surprised how much I love it. It's called, this one's from April, so it's well and truly in its ready to be shared, and it is called Nana's Auburn Locks because it looks like my Nana's hair. And this is extra fine merino, 80%, and 20% silk. There's 1200 meters per 100 grams. This one goes a long way. Yeah, very long way. So, and there's 3 of those left. So there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of yarn here. This one is one that was really quite funny. This was winter in my garden because that's what my grass looked like and my trees were all dying, so everything was that green. This is a 50/50 BFL wool silk, and there's only one of those. Any of these repeatable colors? No. I don't always do repeatables for Mystery Lace Clubs. I'd have to double check. I think Nana's Auburn Locks and this one to a degree are repeatable. I would need to double check my recipes, but generally speaking, I don't always do repeatables. It's part of the charm of being in the Mystery Lace Club. We had hang on a second. There's 3 each of these. Alright, these ones came out as a pair. Wow, the camera really doesn't like this blue. This is more like a purpley blue. Or is it the yellow it's struggling with? It shouldn't have changed. It's the yellow it's struggling with. Okay, so that's actually very close to the color. It's very deep purpley blue. And it's actually superwash and non-superwash. And so that's how it's created that that sort of marling look. So that that really, it's a slightly stronger wool. This is an 8-ply, 225 meters. This is royalty, this color, and that's 100% wool. But I think it's 1 part superwash, 2 parts pure wool, and I've also got it in this beautiful yellow, which the camera doesn't like. There we go. Trick the camera. Camera does not like the yellow. It's called goldenrod, same base. Does the same sort of marling thing. But yeah, this camera is definitely truer to color. So yeah. What makes it shine like that? Is it silk? Which one were you talking about? If you're talking about this one, then yes, it's silk. It's this yellow. Hang on, I've got to move the yellow out of the camera. It's really messing with it. Okay. Then we have, so yeah, this one here, that one's 50% silk. So yeah, that one shines because of all this, like that's a lot of silk. Then we've got this one here, which is from June, Lake Floor Pebbles. It goes really, really nicely with Lake. It actually went out with I can't remember if it went out with Moran or with Lake. You got 2 skeins in MLC, but because they were a standard color, they went into the box. But these are the last of their kind, so that's something a little bit different. There's 2 of those. What else have we got? There's more. Oh, these ones are not released yet, so you can have a squiz. These came out only a couple of months ago, so August, September, October. August, September, October. No, these ones are available now. Okay, cool. So they went out together like this. And Mystery Lace Club members are allowed to order extra of the yarn to what I have during that period. So that's why there's an odd number. They wanted an extra purple one. So there's 100 grams. That's a typo. That's 100 grams, not 1,000 grams, for 400 meters. This one's on Pegasus. And that's a new color called Poipal, which is repeatable. It's a little more, I'll be making the repeatable a little more solid than this. This was a little semi-solid. And then we've got this one here, which are called Hundreds and Thousands, which is a superwash merino with nylon and gold sparkles, Stellina. I'm not sure if you can't see the gold sparkles. Maybe you can. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's the alpaca one. Did I ditch it? I may have just removed it from my work area because it was messing with me. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, no. It's hiding. It's hiding under all the minis. Mini. I had to, there we go. This is another set. So I've just got them cable tied together because to remind me that they're alpaca. 2 of them are alpaca silk and 2 of them are pure alpaca, and that was to make a beautiful cow. It's this yellow. Go away. Stop trashing my colors. There we go. So yeah, so that is the alpaca silk ones. So back in there with all the mini. The mustard, which wrecks the colors. There we go. Oh, let's make the screen blue. There we go. Okay. Ah. Where are we? Thanks, Jai. It is a beautiful shine on that silk. That would look good with a great piece of pottery. Is that this one here that you're thinking of? That would look good. Because I agree with you. That would look lovely with some terracotta. The 24th of November is Fairy Bread Day. You are right. Freaky says, one thing I don't like about the local yarn shop is they don't carry doubles of the minis. Oh my gosh. Jo says, your skeins look so nicely wet. Thank you. I've worked pretty hard to make them. Chintamani says, I need the spare barrier reefs. So these ones, Chintamani, there were 2 of them. So send me a DM, Chintamani. I'll put those aside for you now. But just send me a DM and we'll talk. And I'll take a photo and try and show you, because it's definitely got green through it, so I don't want you to be surprised. This camera's not really picking it up great. What I might try and do is I'm going to go up to the big camera here and I'm going to do this. It's not going to focus. There we go. See that? I don't know if you can even tell it's green there. It's like a tealy, no, it's just not being our friend. This one's probably got, the green's probably a little bit more on the outside. No. Focusing. There you go. No, you still can't see the green. I'll take a photo and I'll send it to you. Mine. Okay. All right. Sure. No problems at all. If I had the money, I'd ask you to throw those in with my order if it's not sent out yet. Which ones were you thinking of, Freaky? Because you and I are having a disagreement over something, and I think this could solve our disagreement. Not that I want to share our dirty laundry, Freaky. Look at the amazing nails. Thank you. I love them. I have a new nail artist, and she is literally amazing. She's so fast. 45 minutes. I couldn't believe how fast it was. And she did such a good job. And these have been in the dye pots and everything. I mean, I had gloves on. One thing I've noticed now that I have nails is I wear gloves more. One thing is I was warned that too much hot water, like literally soaking your hands in water and stuff, could actually soften the nails and make them lift and stuff. So I didn't want that to happen. And the other thing is, because I've just got this little bit more length, my gloves fit properly. Oh gosh. Oh no, okay, so you wanted these ones. So I wasn't sure which ones you wanted, but yeah, those ones are going to Chintamani. I'm just having a squeeze. I don't think there's any other Mystery Lace Club colours around, at least not out here. There's a couple more in the house, but no more out here. Yeah. My back's a little tight today. So I have been seeing a new massage person who's been helping me so I can maneuver and, you know, humaning is good. So yeah. Chintami can come for a drive and pick him up. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. So yeah. It is. Yeah. It's I'm looking at time. It's 11 o'clock already, you guys. We've been going for an hour. Am I brave enough to knit the fairy light string? I know. How amazing does that look, Gamer Widows? I mentioned in one of the Zooms that I'd seen a photo of this. Someone's knitting up the thin copper beaded fairy lights, and it looks amazing, but I haven't been able to get my hands on any, otherwise I would totes do it. So I think if you can get your hands on those kinds of fairy lights, then you need to do it. Like, you've got to try it, because you knit them with big needles, obviously, so you can always gently unknit them and still use the fairy lights if you don't like what you end up with. IKEA had some. Is that the stuff on the really thin, sort of like basically copper wire with just a little tiny bead lights? Because they're the ones I'm looking for. So IKEA has them. Game Widow already has them. Oh. Dundonitz has made one, but not copper ones. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Chintami's got it. Awesome, awesome. All right, well, I'm going to have to go and check IKEA now. You guys, not today. Today's got too many things in it. Also, tomorrow has too many things in it, and then the weekend is out. So maybe next week. Fairy lights. So you like Christmas lights. So like these, but they're tiny, tiny ones. They're very small. They're like bead sized. How sad. IKEA. I know. I haven't been to IKEA in a very long time. In a very, very long time, I don't think. Or did I go not that long ago? Maybe I went with Abby one time a couple of months ago. I can't even remember. Oh my gosh. All right, let me put this yarn away and then I can get the spindle back out again. Okay. Because it's all taking up the bench. I mean, I've got a decent sized work table here, but oh, I got that alpaca out. My nose has started going. Let's hope my eyes don't do the thing. In you go. Please stay. Actually, there's another MLC here. We have February 2020 is more of the, so I have a second one of the Winter in My Garden. Oops, fell down. And this is the pattern that came out with Winter in My Garden, which was the Harmonia shawl. Beautiful pattern. Beautiful pattern. Okay, flip those over there. Bring this back here, and back to the camera. Look at my hair now. My hair's a mess. I blame you guys. Good morning, Talia. There we go. Back down. Gaby says I haven't been to IKEA since last year. I know that's kind of the feeling I'm getting, but I know I've definitely been this year. It's been months. I'm suffering withdrawals. Yeah, we used to go to IKEA a lot because our craft group met at IKEA, but since all the restrictions, IKEA still haven't put all their tables and chairs out yet. Aldi has them as well. Battery operated, 10 meters, copper thread with lights on them. I might have to check there too. Talia has not been to IKEA at all. Oh my gosh. Whoops, hang on. I've just got to shuffle in. Jai says, show Chantel some love and hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Jai. Yes, please. I'll take those thumbs up, loves. Absolutely. Dollar store is cheaper, but we don't have it here in Australia. And currently, we're having problems with some of our cheapy imports because at the moment, the governments of Australia and China are not being kind to each other and not playing nice. So Rebecca says maybe next year we can start getting back to normal. Maybe. I think we're going to have a new normal though. I'm very happy with how conscious people are of being in other people's personal space or people being in their personal space. Being a person who struggles with people and has always struggled with having people be too close to me, I'm quite enjoying that part of it. Oh, there we go. Come back here. Oh, snappage. Hang on. Get off you. We don't want you. Come back here, good bit. Alright, let's find a fluffy bit. Tufty fluffy. Join it on. Yeah. I have a feeling that our world will never be the same, and that's okay, because that happens every now and again. It's time for change, and things change, and we can all adjust and change with it. And I'm okay with that to a degree. Ruth says, I have a feeling that my hands would hurt in trying to spin yarn. Well, I mean, I find that when I'm spinning very fine stuff on a spindle, my fingers are definitely more pinched together. But when I'm spinning on a wheel and I'm spinning chunkier stuff, it's less so. The space thing is wonderful, although I have met people who must have thought I was a ghost and were almost up my nose. Yeah. Kathy says, my thought, wearing masks and keeping as far away as I can. Yeah. And Freaky's right, Ruth. It really depends on how tight you hold onto the fibers. I hold on pretty tight. Like, a lot of people hold on a lot less tight than I do and get beautiful yarn. Yeah. It was very much like, excuse me? Look, I got called out in a shopping centre, and quite rightly so. I wasn't thinking, and I was shopping with a friend, and we were walking around and talking. We walked into an aisle, and it was when we had a lot more restrictions here in Australia, and a lady actually said, hey, we were in this aisle first. Can you back it up a bit? And it was just like, oh gosh, you're right. Absolutely. Sorry about that. She was a little rude, but I also understand that we probably weren't the only ones that had done that to her that day. Jai says, I see it like how life changed after 9/11. Yeah. So what happens is everyone will go to the extreme opposite, and it'll be crazy, crazy for a while until they find a bit more of a happy medium that solves the problem, serves the purpose, and still gets things done. You know, like airport security now, it's just a part of life. You just go through, you kick your shoes off, you make sure you have nothing in your pockets. Kathy says, watching you spinning is mesmerizing. In a good way, I hope, Kathy, but thank you. Spinning is mesmerizing. I have to make sure I'm watching the chat over the top of my hand. So keep chatting to me, guys, or I'll get sucked into what I'm doing. Start in short bursts and gradually build up the spinning time. Oh, for sure. Like little 5-minute runs is the way to learn anything new. 5 minutes a day, and then build it up to 10 minutes a day. And then it eventually gets to a point where you're doing these things and you're like, I don't want to put it down and cook stupid dinner. Get takeaway, I'm spinning. Jai says, I really want to learn to spin. It is a wonderful skill, Jai. It really is. As yarn crafters, I think it's a really important skill that even if we can't spin, but to understand how yarn is constructed, like what Kelly Pole was saying earlier, that while she, you know, we were talking about, you know, the things that all the different things we do on the channel, because I felt a bit weird about opening my maker with you guys, but I'm so glad you let me. How even though she doesn't spin, she still finds it important to know about it because it's the construction of the yarn that she likes to work with. So who needs food? Good point, Jai. Good point. Lol, yep, done that a time or two from when I first started spinning a year ago. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, I would be spinning during the late hours, but my wheel makes noise, and that annoys me, and I could be heard upstairs. Oh no! Is there anything that can be done to make it less noisy? Have I mentioned which spindle I'm working with? No, I haven't, Elmac. Good point. Good point. So hang on, I've nearly finished this little bit, so I've got to look at it. I actually don't remember which spindle this is. This is a Lair of the Bearded Dragon bowl, I can tell you that. This could be a Malcolm Fielding spindle. It's a Turkish spindle style. So it's got like, the wood is actually, it just cups down a little. So it's quite heavy on the bottom. It's a really good one to start with. So it's a Turkish style spindle. I only spin with wooden tips in my wooden bowls. There are some spindles that have like little, I call them pen nibs. They've got little metal tips. Spin those in glass or on a cheap ceramic bowl. They will trash your little timber bowls. So don't, they'll just scratch it up. So I wouldn't do that. But I can't remember the exact maker of this spindle. Actually, I don't think it's a Malcolm Fielding. I've got a Malcolm Fielding Turkish, but I think it's darker wood. Elmac, what have you done? Now my brain's like, which one is it? Oh, but it's definitely a Turkish spindle. And so I can tell you that. My fiance was taken to hospital and ended up chatting with the staff about how stupid people were being. Some people like that person looks like, and turned out they're oh gosh, yeah. Absolutely. You can't just assume by looking at someone in a hospital to know what's wrong with them. The human body is insane, and it can do crazy things while it's being treated for different diseases, honestly. I get it, Freaky. Sometimes it can be a bit daunting. I like all wood too. Thank you for taking the time to talk about it. No worries, Elmac. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, we do talk about random stuff. Like, I think you're new here. I haven't seen your name in the chat. Yeah, so we do talk about what I'm working on, but we do random chat of random, crazy, random things as well. Where are we? Yes, that's exactly what I think. I even know what all those weird numbers in the cones are. Absolutely. Like, that's important. We're yarn crafters. We need to understand what we're using. We need to understand and make decisions of fiber content. We need to understand and like how many ends it has, because that can change how it lays down. Like, if you want to knit cables, you don't want a 2-ply, you know. Daughter asked what part of Australia is she from, talking about you. I am in Queensland. So I'm on the eastern side of Australia in the hot area. Well, actually, I'm in the not hot area of Queensland. So no, I'm in the southeast corner of Queensland. So I'm about halfway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast. So total suburban area. No snow here. Can the link be shared for the shirt you're wearing? All right, so I'm wearing a shirt from D Nimmin, DEENIMMIN. He creates amazing YouTube content to teach people how to create YouTube content on their mobile phones, and get like amazing content that doesn't look like it's made on your phone. And so if you go to his YouTube channel, I got this from his Teespring store. So I don't know, can someone, I can't dig around for a link for that, but it says Hustler Maker Creator, and it's so soft. Like, admittedly, this is one of those, it's been printed on, so I don't know what the quality of the print's going to be after it gets washed a few times, but it's a very comfy shirt, I have to say. I love it. It arrived yesterday and I'm very happy with it. I am from the above ground portion. Queensland won. Yes, I'm not a big sports ball follower, but Queensland did win the State of Origin last night, just to throw that out there. For people in America, South Australia was at 116 F the other day. Yeah, we got to 36 here, but we had 80% humidity. 36, I don't know what that is in American. Fahrenheities. I'm no good. Sally, thank you for tossing Dee's link up. So if you have a look at his channel, he's got a link for his Teespring, and that's where I got this from. $96.8F. Thank you, Talia. It's just been too hot. I'm not a fan. I don't like it when it gets above about 20 degrees. I really shouldn't live in Australia, honestly. I don't like it to be above 20 degrees. I also, if I'm going to be cold, I want to be cold in a place that has heating. Does that make sense? I'm such a complainer when it comes to the weather. I am such a complainer. I don't like the cold. I don't mind being warm, but yeah. You sound like mum. 25 plus is a heat wave. Yes, I agree. I was actually saying to my husband, you know what? We need to move to the UK where they're having a heat wave in summer at 20 degrees. Like, let's go. It's called air conditioning. I know. I have it on. I have a lot of air conditioning. I have 3 air conditioners in my house and 1 out here. Ah, Spanner Chick, thank you. Direct link for the shirt. Hustlers, makers and creators. I was actually saying to my husband, I'm not a fan of the word hustler, and I get it. It's all about the hustle of like digital business, and I do understand it, but I have an issue with the word myself. But I love Dee's work, and I think he does brilliant stuff, and so I wanted to support his channel. So I get t-shirts and stuff from some of my favorite education, like YouTube educated channels. I can't always afford to be part of like their programs and things like that, but I can afford a little one-off purchase every now and again. Talia says, UK is too cold for me. Haven't been in the snow, but it might be too cold for me. I'm such a baby. Yeah, Talia, my issue with snow is I might have to just stay inside until the snow goes away, because if I slip over, I will be a baby. I'll be like, owie, I hurt my knee again. So what I need is just what I want. I just want it cold with no snow and no slippy ice, but cold and never too hot. Oh my gosh. I think I just have to stay in Australia with the aircon. I think that's what I'll have to do. Also, I can't leave Australia anytime soon because there's nowhere to go. So yeah. It's such a sook when it's cold, but the heat sucks. It's so humid. And I think that's the biggest problem, Talia. I don't mind being hot. I don't like being sweaty. Does that make sense? I don't like, I don't like getting out of the shower and trying to work out, did I already use the towel, or is this just, is this shower water or is this perspiration? I don't like that side of it. So, yeah. And I hear that there's places that are hot, that are hot and dry. You're not hustlers in the Australian meaning of the word. And I think that's the difference. And I think you're right there, Jai, because I was saying to my husband, to be hustled in Australia is not a good thing. To hustle in Australia is not a good thing. That's like a shyster. It's like a dodgy sales rep, and you've been hustled. But I have to remember that in like the US vernacular, it's not a bad thing over there to hustle. So yeah, it's one of them things. It's one of them things. Hey, I saw, we are babies, absolutely, Talia. We're absolute babies. I saw that apparently Canada has bag milk. Is that legit? Like Freaky, you're in Canada, right? Is there anyone else in Canada here? I saw someone post a story on Instagram where they had their bag milk, and they put it in this special little bag milk jug. What? Yeah. It's like, how do you seal it? Like, this is what I said to this person as well. I'm like, how do you seal it? How does it stay good? Like, how big is a bag? Like, I buy my milk in a 3-litre bottle, you know. Kathy says we have stores that have milk in a bag. I do live in Humidity Central. Yeah. Jackie says we used to get our milk in bags when we were a kid. Really? I don't remember ever getting bag milk. You don't seal it, you open it up and use it within a weekend or it goes bad. Wow. We had a special plastic holder. Like, yeah, this chick had a special jug. It's a bag like... No, it's not. It's not. It's just like literally a vacuum sealed bag full of milk, and you cut the top off and pour it out the little cut in the top. Like, what? Doesn't it fall over? You got to put it in a jug. I know. Like, I had so many questions. It was just like, what? What? Yeah, you just snip off a corner and drink it. I remember those 2 Chintamani glass bottles with the gold foil. They were extra creamy. Yes. See, all these little things that are different but from country to country. You know, like bag milk and hustle meaning different things, and but as the bag empties, you have to watch the last don't fly out of the jug. Fun times. Yeah, I can imagine. My gosh. Like, is there a reason you guys don't do the bottles? I mean, a bag would be a lot less to have to recycle, honestly. Reusable jug. I mean, from an environmental standpoint. Talia says, like eggs, I've heard some people around the world leave them on the bench or something. That's asking to be sick. I know. Look, especially in the UK, they leave them on the bench, but that's because they don't get the temperatures we get. Our kitchens get hot, man. That's the thing. Like, we can't leave our butter out. It's got to go in the fridge. You can't leave the butter in a little thing. You'll end up with butter soup. You've got to put it in the fridge because it just gets so dang hot. Jai says we used to get milk in bags at the milk bar for making milkshakes. You just put it into a special refrigerator. Can't be any worse than powdered milk. Look, you know, no, there's nothing worse than powdered milk. I agree with you. Powdered milk is gross. I grew up drinking powdered milk. I do not like it. Bye, Vanphia. Good luck staying home. Hope everything goes all right. Powdered milk lasts longer than the other milk. It does. And look, I even have powdered milk in the cupboard. We have long life milk. Do you guys have long life milk where it's been is it superheated? No, or superheated before it's stored, and we call it cupboard milk. Where you can keep it in the cupboard until you open it and then you refrigerate it. And that's normally got like a good length on it. We don't have fly screens at our house. We are in Queensland. Shouldn't that be a necessity? Yes, absolutely. Mum puts powdered milk in real milk to make extra creamy yogurt. I use powdered milk when I'm making yogurt. Long life milks, you have a cow. No, UHT. You can buy it in like containers. I've noticed a lot of hotels and stuff now give you the little peel cups of UHT. I need like 6 of those for a coffee. Like, seriously? Like, really? I'm in a hotel that's costing me a fortune. You couldn't give me actual milk? I've had powdered milk, but put in instant coffee and hot water. I can't deal with powdered milk anymore. I use it in cooking. That's about it. It's good in cakes. Yeah. And yeah, Talia, I agree with you. Fly screens should be a necessity. Our daughter is allergic to mosquitoes, so in summer, no windows open once the sun goes down. Yeah, my daughter was allergic to mosquitoes and ants. As she's gotten older, she doesn't seem to react so badly to the mosquitoes anymore. She still reacts to ants, though. Oh, come on. What happened there? I got the silk's caught in the twist. I let the twist triangle travel up the fiber too soon, and it's caught too much. So I'm just untwisting it a little so I can get some out. Come out. So, has anybody been watching any dodgy Christmas movies that I need to know about? Because I love me a Hallmark Christmas movie. I hate that UHT milk. Abby loves it. If I want to get Abby a treat, I literally get a little popper pack of those UHT full cream milks and throw them in the fridge. She will come home from school and be like, yes! It's like I've given her like something amazing, and like here I am like, sorry honey, this is it. But you know, she loves it. Abby is loving her job, Kathy. She's going really well. She's moved stores to the store much closer to us opened up, and she moved to the new store. I use UHT milk mostly because if the cows eat a particular weed, I get itchy, and high temps in the processing kills off the allergen, and I'm fine. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. That's great that works for you. But yeah, I always keep a bit of powdered milk. I keep a bit of cupboard milk, because when I want a cuppa, I want a cuppa, and if a shop is shut, I can't go and get more milk. I'm not sure about for the rest of you guys. We don't really have 24-hour shops or anything here. Most of ours shut at 9. So if I realise too late I'm out of milk, it is sad. So yeah, up here in Queensland, we've only just started getting Sunday trading. Oh my god. I remember I moved to, because I grew up in Queensland, and I was used to all the shops shutting at midday on a Saturday and nothing being open on a Sunday except for like a bakery and takeaways and things. When I came back up after a couple of years in Sydney, then it was really hard because I had like a 24-hour Coles up like 2 blocks away. I would just walk up and go and get whatever I needed. And then yeah, was it 24 hours or was it midnight? Might have been midnight. Anyway, moved back to Brisbane, and we needed some stuff on a Sunday, and my husband was just like, we'll just go to the shop. And I'm like, there's nothing open. He's like, don't be silly. And I'm like, fine, let's go for a drive. There was nothing open. Oh. Joe says, I can't believe Abby is old enough to get a job. I know. She's my little baby who's 15. It's very sad. I mean, it's not sad. It means she's growing into a, you know, a human adult person, which is the ultimate goal as a parent, right? Almond milk is not milk. I'm sorry. It's not even almond juice. What it is water that has been drained through almond bits. I mean, if you want to drink it, that's fine, but call it what it is. Almondy water. We use long life milk because we don't drink much, so it's handy to have, and I drink more almond milk than normal milk. And yes, I know almond milk is not milk. Oh, Joy, go and look after yourself. Keep cool, and have a drink of water. And I'll, you know, I hope the migraine doesn't last for too long because they're horrible. It was good to see you again. It's been ages. Coles and Woolies in Katoomba close at midnight every night. Yeah, like that's the thing. Almond milk has been around since medieval times. Oh look, I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm just saying it's not milk. It's water. My daughter told us the other week that she was going to buy us dinner that night, and I was like, with what? And she said, I'll get a job. I love the idea, but she's 8. Do you know that was the first thing Abby did with her first paycheck? It wasn't buy us dinner. She took me out for a coffee, because I would take her out for afternoon tea every now and again to the cafe that's at our shops, and she took me out. I made it for change. Oh, Kathleen! Just finished being tortured by the dentist. Oh my gosh, really? I hope nothing too dramatic. Gosh. Look, I get why people drink almond milk, and I have no qualms with the actual idea of it. I just don't think it should be called almond milk. That's all, because it's not milk. That's it. I've got no qualms. I think it's a great thing. I think it's really good that there's things that people can have that are non-dairy, but it's not dairy, it's not milk, so it shouldn't be called milk. I'm going to work at the pet store. Okay, let's ask right now. Let's go. And then she got nervous. What would I call it? I would call it water with a hint of almond. Because it's what they do. They just crush almonds and then run water through it. They soak the almonds in the water and then they squeeze out the water. Yeah, look, I'm not a fan of the flavor of almond milk in coffee. I've had it in like smoothies and stuff, and that's good, but not as coffee. Nut water sounds wrong. Yeah, it does. Also, nut milk sounds wrong, for multiple reasons. Almond juice, I don't know, they're not really juicing the almond, are they? They're squeezing out the water that they've already made the almonds soak in. Like, you know, it's water. It's just water. Rebecca never tried it. It's one of those things, unless it's like I've got a friend who's lactose not intolerant, like totes cannot have it. And so she doesn't keep any milk or dairy in her house, which I get. And I forgot, and she offered me a coffee, and I had it in coffee, and I was like, yeah, nope, not bad. And I was at a vegan smoothie place. I thought, all right, I'll give it a try. But it's nice in smoothies. So, you guys have got to let me know if my hands go out of shot, because I'm not really watching that camera. I've just realized I've been dragging this. I'll just push it back. Holly says, I don't like almond milk in my coffee, but a macadamia nut creamer is good. I've never had a macadamia one either. I like macadamias. Macadamias are yummy. But I've not had... I've had the macadamia, like... I don't know, can you guys get like alternatives to peanut butter? Like I can get one that's like a macadamia butter and a cashew butter and almond butter. I like all them. I got no problems like with them. Kathy says I put chocolate macadamia in my coffee. I would just eat the chocolate coated macadamias. Yum. Chum, 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 chum. I'm getting hungry. Guys, we have to stop talking about food. We've totally gone down the food thing. Oh, I've got an itchy hand. It's itchy. Oh man, it's right where I touch that alpaca. Oh. I should not touch the alpaca yarn. It is bad. Do not touch. So my goal this afternoon is to finish rinsing and drying the Mystery Lace Club pretty yarns that I've got out there that are all half a soaking. They'll just be spun out and hung out. And the other half need to soak. Caitlin. Almond, Brazil nut and cashew butter is awesome. I didn't know there was a Brazil nut one. I love Brazil nuts. I don't use sugar in my tea or coffee, but I do use milk. I don't like creamer. I use actual, like, milk. 4% milk, which is full cream in Australia. 4% is full cream. Hazelnut spread, better known as Nutella. Yes. Yeah, hello. Brazil nuts are radioactive. What now? I love Brazil nuts. They're full of selenium. It's not almond juice. Oh dear. It's been so nice spindling, you guys. I put a lot of these sort of projects aside because this is not, it's not just a little quick job, and it is, it's not like I don't sell the fiber and I don't sell the spindles, and you know, it's not work. I bought a jar of Biscoff butter, Ruth, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's not yucky, but I don't know. Shintami says, my parents say I have a coffee flavored milk and sugar. I like milk. I like a good amount of milk in my coffee. I like making, like, even if I'm just doing an instant, right? Approximately a quarter of the cup is milk. Because of the roots of those go so deep, they hit the natural radium. I'm out of shot. Thank you, Josephine. I made it very long. It's very long. Hang on. Look, I'll show you. So long. Here come the hands. Hello, hands. Josephine, are you sneaky watching at work, or are you at home working today? I made my hubby buy me peppermint mocha creamer this week. I mean, I like the sound of that. Out of shot for one camera, but not in the other. Oh, okay. I've just realized that you guys can see my hands in this shot. How cool is that? I'll just bring it in. There we go. What is the difference between creamer and milk, and why would you want to put cream in coffee? Okay, creamer is a powder. It's not cream. Chintamani. It's a powder that's added. I'm sneaky watching my washing machine when watching my washing machine while I should be working. Is that a weird? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why. A lot of US people like creamer in their coffee. It's just standard over there. Or at least that's the impression I've gotten anyway. But a lot of people drink black coffee too, like just dripulated black coffee. I'm not a fan of black coffee. I like milk. Cream is good in iced coffee. Yeah. Freaky, I'm with you on that one. That is some serious multitasking right there. No creamer for Kathy. I wonder if the creamer that we can buy in Australia is the same as the creamer that you can buy in the US, like Coffee Mate creamer. It's something my dad buys to keep when he's traveling, because he likes it. Like, ugh. He left some here. It's like, oh, you should try it. It stayed in the cupboard until its use by date passed, and then it went in the bin. I didn't just throw it away. I made a cake on Tuesday with espresso powder. Hey, look, I got no problems with instant coffee. Like, when I'm cooking especially, like a good instant coffee can melt better. I thought creamer is essentially powdered milk. I don't think it is like powdered milk. It's different. It doesn't smell the same. Lindsay says we have powdered creamer like Coffee Mate, and then also liquid creamers that need to refrigerate as they're milk based. So what's in a liquid creamer then? If it's milk based, why isn't it just milk? Like, what else is in it? All these questions. I have so many questions. Sorry guys. I know it probably seems really odd. What explodes, Chintamani? Oh my god, I've missed something. I made coffee cakes once. Instead of making a cup of coffee and using that, I used a cup of the coffee grounds. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh, that would have been a very strong coffee cake. Oh, it's sweetened and thicker. Okay. Would that be more like, we have condensed milk. That's sweet and thick. Although it's not liquidy. It's just thick. Oh, is condensed milk thick? No, condensed milk is nearly like a paste. It's evaporated milk that's thin and runny, but it's not normally sweetened. apparently espresso powder enhances chocolate cakes. Yeah, it does a little, but if you really don't like coffee, you'll still notice it, even just a little bit. This was before the 2000 years started, so basically a lifetime ago. Yeah, there are people who I talk with who are adults that were 2000s babies. 2000s babies. I know, is that weird? Does that make anybody else feel exceptionally old when someone's birthday does not start with 19 something? Oh, we got a lot done today, you guys. I'm just going to give my fingers a little stretch with my pretty nails. Oh, yeah, cop that, hideous nails commenters. Oh yes, good, good. Glad I'm not the only one. Excellent work, everybody. It's odd to hear good music called a classic. Yes, there's a bit of that as well, isn't it? It's not just the someone, it's I work with someone who is an almost Kelly, yes, there was a couple of comments. They have been deleted, I believe. They might still be there. People would say things like, great tutorial, it's a shame your nails are so hideous. Because I'm a nail biter and they were bad and I might have been dying the day before or something like that. But yes, people would actually make that comment. I had someone once, I think I really deleted that one hard. I think I hit delete very, very emphatically. Who was picking up my accent. I was like, dude, sorry. But yeah, it happens. And it's part of putting videos out there. But it still hurts when people say nasty things. But it is just part of the thing. And I tend to delete them eventually. I read them a few hundred times first. People are weird. Yes, they are, Spanish chick. I agree with you. I wouldn't call you weird, Spanish chick. I would call you eclectic. I love different accents more so I can totally understand them. I agree with you. I love to listen to people from other countries and try and work out what the hell they're saying. Sometimes it's hard. Like I've got like a friend of mine, Nana's had a really thick Irish accent, and Nana had a thick Scottish accent. So listening to them talk to each other was amazing. I could not always understand what was being said. But, you know, that's just, we live in a multicultural world. YouTube is not all America. It is a lot of America. Like, there's a lot of American creators, but that's because, you know, it's where it started, but it's not all American creators. There's a lot of people from all around the world, and a lot of non-English speaking creators are really like taking off, and I think that's awesome too. Thank you, Gabby. I appreciate you saying that. Game Winner says, my nails are terrible at the moment. Meds and dishwashing have ruined them. I also can't stand nail varnish. See, I will just eat them. I've realized that I had them grow out earlier this year because my husband and daughter bought me a nail appointment. A nail appointment from my original nail lady for it. She does nail biting nails. Because not all nail technicians will deal with nail biters. And she was amazing. She did not make me feel bad at all, which is great. And yeah, so just, I don't know. They came off during COVID because I couldn't have appointments. And then I ate them because they were not guarded by shields of plastic. Lindsay says, I got into watching Bluey and it's adorable, but it's wackadoo really. A wackadoo really a thing you say? Wackadoo? Yeah, wackadoo. I mean, not every day, but it is something that is said. More like wacko. Wacko. Rebecca says, more you adjust to their accent, the more you understand what they're saying. That's right, Rebecca. The more you listen to somebody with an accent from another place, the more you understand it. You're 100% right. Oh, I dyed my hair for the first time. It's washout dye, so if I scratch my head, my nails turn blue. Oh no, I hate those kinds of ones. So it's like a swearing substitute. Yeah, sort of. I mean, we do have a lot of swearing substitutes in Australia. But like sometimes, like it's also maybe not even it's a swearing substitute, but like an exclamation, like woohoo, you know, wackadoo. Yeah, that's right. I use fudge now and then for my cuss. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like sometimes there's complete word changes, and sometimes it's not about the actual swearing. It's just about an expressional expletive without cussing. Struth, mate. Struth. It's not really one I use a lot. That's one of those sort of ochre Aussie ones that it's more the meme of Australia than Australians, I would say. Excuse the language. Yes, for those who aren't using it. We don't normally use the actual swear words on the videos because YouTube will do evil things. Something falls in the sarcasm. Something falls, the sarcasm slips out. That helps. Yeah. Flaming galah. Didn't that start with Home and Away? Like, isn't that like a total, what's his name? I want to think of his name. Old guy, ran the coffee shop. Then the surf club. Alf. That's it. That's an Alf thing on Home and Away. Does Alf Stewart? That's it, Kim. Yeah, I did try to censor. It's one of those. Yeah, it is one of those rougher ones. I agree with you. Yeah, but is flaming glass something that anybody else in Australia says, or is that really like did it really come from the script writers of Home and Away for an Aussie surf, you know, beachside gentleman? I keep putting my elbow on it and it keeps dragging this little thingy across. Never heard it anywhere else. I've never heard it anywhere else either, I don't think. Oh. Flame and Galar is much older than Home and Away. Okay. Alright. Is not an Alf an alien? Yes, there is Alf, but in Australia, anyone who's called Alfred, their name gets shortened to Alf. We do that. Most people's names get shortened. I mean, mine doesn't. Well, I mean, I've got family who call me shorter name, but it's not a usual. Chantel's not a standard name. Like if you called Sharon, Darren, then you're Shazza or Dazza. My dad used to say he was born in 1918. Oh, there you go. Maybe it was not a common thing for my age group. And I didn't know my pops, so Shazza and Dazza. Yeah. Can't just call things by their names in Australia. It's just not what we do. That's a nappy bit. Got rid of it. Join back on. My hubby is Corey and his nickname is Koza. Yep. Lots of Aussie slang is really old and bushy rather than city. Yeah, you're right. Well, my lovely friends, it is that time of the day where I have to venture off and find out why the dog's so quiet and solve any problems that I've ignored while the door has been closed. So I've had so much fun hanging out today. I really appreciate you all letting me open my Cricut and check out the contents of the box. I'm going to put the spindling away. There we go. I've got my little bits of spindle rubbish there. Where are we? We're going to go into the single screen. There we go. It's been so much fun. So I'm going to go and do other things for the day. If you want to jump over and continue the conversation, jump over into the Fiberific Fun Zone. Over there, you can share your photos and links of things that we've discussed in today's live stream. Try not to go too off topic over there. But we have a good time, and I do try to get in there and you know, reply and hang out too, because I like it. I like hanging out. So I will catch you all next week, and I hope you have a great weekend, and keep an eye on my Instagram. I'm going to probably post some photos of my Cricut adventures and more yarny things and some stuff like that. So I will see you all later. Be good. Bye.